Okay. So this is a KOTS preview of what we might see this weekend. This game was on the Chinese server in the finals, and this was game 2? Game 1. This was game 1. This we are looking at JZ's perspective. JZ is the #1 team, and they are playing against TSYMQ, which came in second. So blue is first place, or sorry, green is first place, and then red is second. Okay? That's what you got to be thinking of.
Clever, allowed, and not banned?
Kleber was not banned in this particular game, it seems.
And neither was Ragnar. It's super surprising.
I don't know exactly all of the, context that led into this battle. What was banned, what wasn't. I'm excited that we even have a replay to look at, first of all. So, yeah, Sherman is an interesting pick. There's also an incomparable on the enemy team. Double Kleber on the enemy team with probably a Radar Yu Yang and a Ragnar. Salem, Moskva, Venezia for JZ's team. Minotaur, Venezia, Napoli for TSYMQ's team. Now, I have no idea what the results of this battle. We are going into this fully blind.
I really wonder what was banned there. Like Nevsky or so?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know.
Vincent?
Nevsky is already banned in the tournament. There will only be no Nevsky, but maybe St. Vincent. Brisbane. That's a good guess, actually, because both sides have one side has the Minotaur. So, yeah, it could be Brisbane. That's a good point.
How about the Marceau? Is that banned too?
Marceau is restricted to one of something. So if you bring a Napoli, for example, you cannot bring a Marceau.
Okay.
So I doubt they're going to ban the Marceau simply because since it's already restricted, there's no point. So this is a radio location Yu Yang with radar, of course. Well, we won't worry about the commander builds. This is more just an idea of how these guys are playing. Give us a chance of what to expect tomorrow and Sunday.
It seems like a fully top spec, just judging by the reload.
We saw a lot of that in KOTS, which makes sense because if you're doing the Death Snail stuff, you want to get that those lucky kind of decisive hits into that snail. Look at oh wow. Look at the Kleber all the way on the one line. He did not choose to go into the cap, instead went around it. That's interesting. And what also is interesting is that Kleber is not detecting anybody. SAT, I don't know. I said I don't want to take the time to go into the builds and stuff. I don't have that time, unfortunately. But what I can do is I can render it. And I can put this up on my Discord, and we could at least possibly glean the build from that. Yeah, the Yu Yang has to play cautious, City Boy. I agree with SAT. Especially with radio location pointing that direction. C has been capped. Remember, he's the kite flank with the Venezia.
That Kleber has to have legendary. But look where he is right now. If he's not confident that he outspots the enemies there, he's toast. Like, he has nowhere to go right in front of that island.
But the fact that he hasn't even detected anybody at all says, hey, there's got to be a big push coming the other side. There it is. Radar now. Okay, so now you know that the Minotaur's by you as well. Counter radar back. Yu Yang, Kleber. SAT, if you check the render channel, you can see the builds there. And this is why the Yang was passive, exactly right. Because you cannot get yourself stuck against all of these enemy Klebers. This comp is designed to just completely assassinate 1 or 2 ships on a flank. Incomparable's over there, Venezia's over there. Oh, so that was Yu Yang radar. I'm sorry, that was not Minotaur radar. JZ's team has 1 over at A. They are continuing to push farther north. Sherman. There's a Ragnar at B. So the Ragnar is in position to radar B. Probably pushing the Daring off. Yeah, Daring is spotted. Let me do this, because at this point, most of what we're going to watch is these Klebers rotate. The Klebers aren't going to keep chasing the Yu Yang Venezia. They're probably going to go back to mid to try to deal with the Daring. Daring is still detected. So that makes me think Minotaur is on the other side of this island. In other words, it's not just the Ragnar radar. Sherman now getting his guns into this. Green Kleber is legendary. Got it.
Engine boost deactivated.
Now Mosfa is going through the Thunderdome. Daring goes down, gets slapped. I'm surprised that Daring thought he could tank the radar. That is oof. He probably thought he could tank the Ragnar radar. Didn't realize there'd be more radar. They did play East versus West, yeah. So you can see up here there's a Napoli that's made inky along the border. Kleber is chasing. My question is, what are they going to do to come back? They're at a 100 point, 150 point, 60 point difference right now. Because they lost that ship. Kleber is low. There's Yu Yang radar catching nobody. Minotaur detected. See, there's the Minotaur. Yep, the Minotaur was exactly where I thought he was. Right behind the Ragnar to use that radar. Sherman smoking up the Salem. Ohio just took some torpedoes. Okay, Mosfa now puts himself in a position to try to prevent these destroyers from going through B. Look at the Sherman and Salem combo. Meanwhile, Ohio is continuing to be farmed out. Deepwater torps on the Venezia. Looks like they're going to miss. Ohio is extremely low now. He's being forced to back off. Kremlin took a torpedo from the Napoli.
Engine boost activated.
Ragnar is a ridiculous destroyer. If you can get it, get it. Venezia bow in. Let's go back to your view for a second, because this feels very strange. You gonna try to surprise the Venezia? He's radio located. You're relocating the Venezia, so as long as you're in the same general area, that Venezia might think that you're along that line. Deepwater torps. Oh no. Kremlin takes the Napoli out north. Kleber on Kleber action. And then... Oh, so lucky the Venezia smoked when he did. The Venezia smoke actually prevents that Venezia from seeing this Yu Yang. Reload booster up. I'm surprised the reload booster went up. before that or that other rack was available, but they must have said we got to get this kill now. Oh, that's why the torpedo tube is destroyed. I see it now. I want Venezia on the island. I know, it feels really bad, doesn't it?
Torpedoes to port.
Alright, Venezia's done. So now it comes down to just... Oh, and the Ohio gets the kill anyway. Okay, Salem has moved into
Engine boost deactivated.
a pretty strong position, and he's full health. Minotaur is being shot at by the Sherman at extreme range. Yeah, that's a major misplay. I agree. Remember, JZ is the team that won first place. TSYMQ almost got a huge advantage, though, against that Yu Yang early on. If he had not played so cautiously, that probably would have translated to an early kill for TSYMQ. Sherman moving up, trying to get these hits on the Kleber, failing. Yeah, one mistake costs you the game. It can, absolutely, yes. But look at, so we've got a Kleber that's low. Ragnar was low last time it was spotted. There was a Ragnar or a Kleber Kremlin duel up north there as the Napoli died earlier. We missed it when we looked at the Venezia play. Red lost the Napoli for free, yeah. Well, you saw they tried to bring, like I said, they tried to bring that Kleber back to do something about it.
It felt really odd that they left the Napoli behind on that flank all alone. Like, I don't know what the Napoli was supposed to do there.
Well, usually what you do is you take the Napoli and you move it to a corner. So I feel like the Napoli was trying to make its way to A1 and then just couldn't because it got detected. So you're up now 2 caps. JZ is up 2 caps. Good amount of points, but not out yet. Salem detected now. Incomparable could absolutely slap him off the face of the earth. Yu Yang detected by the other Yu Yang. This is also threatening.
Engine boost activated. The ship is on fire.
Engine boost on to try to add for Dodgy.
Problem solved, sir.
Venezia gets the Yu Yang. Just need to push from the south and it's GG. Well, look at those dodges there, the Minotaur shells. You're still detected for another 2 more seconds. Incomparable comes in. And the Incomparable goes down. Alright, that's GG at this point.
Our victory is in sight.
Really no easy way to recover for TSYMQ. There's the Minotaur. And now he's going to go after the Salem. With the Venezia on the side, this is going to be... This will end pretty quick. Here comes the Salem. Yeah, it ended pretty quick. Or Venezia shells. Ouch. So that's it. GG.
This is so weird. Like, it feels like the red team here had a huge advantage, completely catching them off guard with that push on the seaside, but then
They waved off for some odd reason.
The follow-up was so bad. Like, they all just abandoned towards the middle without actually achieving anything there except for dying.
I agree. I agree. And I think that's their biggest mistake for TSYMQ. They could have absolutely pushed their advantage and chose not to. And the result is they lose.
Like, it's almost that kind of behavior that you expect from a random battle. Like, you get the advantage on the one flank, but then you don't convert it and do something stupid.
Well, the difficult thing too is in competitive especially, if you go for the chase, a lot of times you end up wasting a lot of time in order to make that chase work. So, I can kind of see the idea behind trying to wave off. But it was a bad decision. It was the bad decision.
I mean, yeah, they got mid and they got the daring, but by doing though, they got themselves in a really, really bad position.
Yeah.
Like they,
I
they allowed themselves to get flanked on the side they were flanking.
Well, the problem is, as SAT says, they rotated to kill the daring in the middle, which I understand if they really want to get that center, fine. But the problem is in the process of all of that happening, the Napoli up north dies for free, which basically means that there's nothing stopping JZ from pushing up and around and getting and collapsing, and that's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, to the south, the enemy Venezia really screwed up, getting bow into the island, smoking right in front of the other two ships. With the Ohio there to support, that was GG. There's the part where they turn around.
And that's too, like, I don't know. But by doing though, they just open up for the Yu Yang and the Venetia again to take control of that flank.
Mm-hmm.
It, it feels so weird. And all that for a daring kill that they essentially traded for a Napoli? Like they didn't even get the B cap out of that kill in the mid. Like, feels weird.
And if you look at where the Claybears rotated to, they were actually shooting at the Salem and Sherman combo. They weren't really shooting at the daring. I mean, the thing is if they had kept on going, the Venezia is so low, get him out, continue working on the Ohio or something.
Like at this point, they have actually lost control over the map.
Mm-hmm. That Minotaur position was great, by the way. Totally surprised the daring, and he just sat there thinking he could tank the radar. That was awesome to see. Unfortunately, JZ or TSYMQ weren't able to capitalize on that. Also going so strongly for Yu Yang and Kleber, there's not much smoke available, so that means that ships like the Minotaur can't really do much. I think the reason they turned around is they were trying to bait JZ into doing a counter push up the 910 line. And
yeah, that didn't work out for them.
no, it didn't. But if you look at where the Minotaur's position was, he was in a good spot to support cross shots on the Yang and the Venezia. They did miss the opportunity to kill the Kleber up north and possibly the Kremlin too, yes. So it feels odd that they didn't go to A, TSYMQ. I don't know. Okay, whatever. This is what you can probably expect tomorrow when you're watching King of the Sea and Sunday. The Chinese team seem to be very aggressive with their placement. They go for kills early. So I think the NA, EU, Asia teams have to be on the lookout for that. I don't know the meta in EU. I don't know the meta in Asia. But I know that when I saw Elser playing, they also played very aggressive kill squads and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. Hashtag pray for NA. Okay.
In that sense, their kill squad actually failed because like it's not the kill squad that actually got the kill, right?
Well, they surprised the Yu Yang and Venezia, and here's where
Yeah, that surprised them, but on the other hand, not really, because like nothing was spotted at A. It was like pretty obvious that everything was here, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, they found them eventually, but they didn't kill them.
Right. The
Like
mistake was that they
Yu,
turned
if
around.
that Yu Yang actually goes down, if they kill that, they can they can continue that push there and get in a much better
Absolutely.
position.
Yes. Right here, all they had to do was keep pushing with the border in the way. Venezia is making the smoke now, which means that once that smoke is gone, there's nothing else to keep that Venezia safe. Incomparable keeps pushing with them, slaps out the Venezia. Yu Yang gets overwhelmed by all that fire, and then what? Then they just get a free kill in the Ohio. Yeah, it takes a while, and whatever, but Then once you've killed the Ohio, they can wrap it up, you know, and then you initiate the toilet bowl action. But that didn't happen. So it's an interesting glimpse into what we can expect to see starting, you know, moving forward, right? I'm excited. I'm not looking forward to waking up tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the game.